So for a while, I've been wanting to start a blog for awareness, for support. For those of you who don't know, my son was born with a genetic condition called DiGeorge syndrome. It's also known as 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. Basically, all that is he was born missing part of his 22nd chromosome. Sounds simple enough, but from that piece missing, he developed congenital heart disease, type B, interrupted aortic arch, which basically it's just his aortic arch wasn't connected. He had a hole in his heart. He was only born with his right kidney, stage 3 chronic kidney disease, bilateral club foot. Those are more of the actual physical, medical aspects of it that we know of that he has. He's obviously failure to thrive. He is very small in stature. He is a bit delayed. He's 4 years old and he still doesn't really talk. And I apologize for not really being able to see me. We're on our way driving to an appointment and thoughts are just flying through my head, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to start this because my journey with him, I got it. I can handle it. But there are so many parents out there who are just starting this journey or have this journey and have no support, just don't know where to turn to. So last night I was talking to my mom. Obviously my mom, I tell my mom about everything. Out of anybody, she knows everything when it comes to our journey and what I go through and what I've been through. We're on our way right now for a VPI evaluation. And what that is there's a little flap in the back of your throat, up by your nasal cavity. And it opens and closes. It allows you to produce pressure to be able to make certain sounds and words and whatnot. Obviously, if it turns out that's not working properly, it's a potential another surgery. But so I just started talking to her about all of that, and whenever I talk to my mom, obviously, I'm a deep thinker. I go into every detail. I think of all the possibilities because I am that type of mom who I want to be prepared. Even if it seems dark and gloomy, I want to be prepared even if the worst thing happens. And so I always end up talking about everything to her. And then it kind of sits there and you think, and it dawns on you, you really don't think about all that you go through. You just kind of, for the most part, you just autoplay it. Autopilot it. It's just, you don't realize it until you sit there and you say everything out loud. And then you get to think about the people in your life, and obviously, yes, they love you and they are supportive of you. But they don't know. They try to understand as much as they can. But they don't really know how, they only see the face of it all. They don't see what happens behind the scenes. They don't know what all actually goes into it. I mean, I'm a single mother of 2 boys. And obviously my youngest has a lot of needs. And so no, I'm not in the position I want to be. I can't be one of those moms who has one of these wonderful careers and works all this time to be able to provide everything that they can for their family like I would like to. And yes, I get down on myself for that. very often. But then I sit there and think, no. Nobody understands. I mean, those who go through it, they get it. But those on the outside of it, no matter how much they try to, they don't get it. They don't understand. On the outside, it looks like, okay, yes, I have a special needs child. We have more appointments than the normal child, yes. But above that, what else do you really do? And it's a constant, never-ending thing. I mean, as soon as he wakes up, we're doing something. Whether it is teaching him, trying to get him to progress in his speech, trying to teach him more fine motor stuff, or how to get dressed. I mean, my poor child's 4 years old, and he still can't take his shirt off properly by himself. I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that my child, he is an absolutely intelligent child. But yes, he is behind. And pretty much this rant is just basically about, if you have people in your life that don't understand and just don't really get what you're going through and how much you put into it, try not to let it affect you as much as you are. I have people in my life that I know love me very much, and I love them very much. But they don't get it. They can't understand it. And they have this persona of me that isn't actually true. I mean, they don't realize how much on a daily basis all this is for me. How much thought I put into everything. How much responsibility and growth it really takes. And if there are any parents out there watching this who are new to the 22Q journey, are just starting it, have been in it a little while, and are having a hard time with it, it's okay. It's honestly, diagnosis is not the end of the world. I found out when I was 31 weeks pregnant that there was something wrong with him. And I was absolutely devastated. I had no idea if my child would even make it past the first year. No idea what it would entail, how hard it would be. And this kid, he is an absolute joy. If you've gotten the 22Q or DeGeorge or VCFS diagnosis or any of the other names under the bracket of 22Q, it really is okay. No, we don't know how hard it's going to be. Every single one of these children is different. I mean, it can affect, I think it was either up to or over 180 different bodily functions, physically and mentally. So you have no idea what you're going to get. You have no idea how severe it's going to be. I mean, there are people nowadays that don't even know that they have it because they have no symptoms. So it is scary. You don't know how hard it's going to be. You don't know to what extent. But it's not the end of the world. This boy is, from day one, he has been surpassing everyone's expectations. I mean, when I had him, they had the NICU, because with what they could see on an ultrasound of his heart, they suspected that he was going to have to be put on oxygen, that he would not be able to breathe on his own, that his trachea could have been crushed or flimsy, just something. And as soon as this boy came out, he was crying and screaming. I mean, he has been fighting since day one. And it is a hard diagnosis. But it opens your eyes and it brings so many beautiful potentials into your life. I mean, I always looked, or tried to look on the brighter side. I tried to appreciate all the little things. But until you have a kid who has so much going on, you don't appreciate all of it. I mean, 2 days ago, my child's 4 years old, and he was sitting on the bed with me. And obviously, most kids this age, they can do this, they can say things clearly, but he can't. And we were sitting on my bed, and out of nowhere, he started counting on his fingers 1 to 10. I'm just beaming with joy and pride. And he said 7. And obviously he doesn't say it like you're supposed to say it, but for him, he said 7, and you could clearly tell that he was trying to say 7. It's the first time he ever said it. And I just want to cry. And it's just those little things that you need to hold on to, you need to focus on. And it's the things that make you realize that it's going to be difficult, it's going to be different, but it is so worth it. Are we going to have issues the rest of our life? More than likely, absolutely. But it's okay. I mean, eventually one day, hopefully, yes, people will understand more. And they won't be so quick to judge or to make assumptions of what your life is like just from what it looks like on the outside. I mean, it may look easy. I don't talk to people about everything. My mom's basically, for the most part, the only one I talk to about everything. And if it's something important, yes, I will voice it to everyone. I will let everyone know. But from what I tell everyone, at most, they know maybe 35% of what goes on, at most. And I think I've kind of strayed off the path a little bit of what this video was to be intended. But I just want everyone to know that it is okay. The struggles you are going through, the struggles your child is going through, the fears that you have, it is all okay. You are allowed to have those, and don't be afraid to reach out to people and to talk to them. If you don't have anyone in your personal life, don't be afraid to reach out to those in similar situations. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for somebody just to listen. I mean, just having someone to listen to you, to vent about things, goes so far. Yes, nobody knows what the future holds. Nobody knows what everything is going to be like. But just be in the moment. Try the best that you can. And just try to hold on to the joy, the hope. And just go from there. Take it day by day. It's not something that's going to be cured. It's not something that's going to be fixed. but it is something that will change your life. And as for me, it's definitely changed my life for the better. Hopefully I'll make a better video next time. I at least hope that this will reach out to somebody and help somebody that's struggling.